Hello, and welcome to Making It with Scott. Today we have a beginner-friendly scroll saw project with only 10 internal cuts. This Hello Spring wall art is a free pattern from Steve Good. There will be a link to his catalog in the description. Just search for spring and it will come up along with some other awesome spring patterns as well. The pattern itself comes in two sizes. This is the larger one. I cut mine out of 1/4-inch Baltic birch plywood, but feel free to use whatever wood and thickness you'd like. I also used acrylic paint, but spray painting or stain would also work. Other than that, let's start making stuff. So for this project, we're going to be using 1/4-inch Baltic birch plywood. Normally, I put blue painter's tape down and then glue the pattern on top of the tape, and then when I'm done, I can rip it off. For this project, I bought some shelf lining paper. I know Steve Good made a video suggesting using this a few years back, and we're going to give it a try today. So I put the shelf lining paper down, then I glued the pattern on top with some spray adhesive. I prefer 3M Super 77, but you can use whatever you would like. So looking at the pattern, we got 2 holes to put like twine through to mount them, and then 3 holes in the flowers that are circular. So I just found the correct size drill bit that matches up with the pattern, and we'll just drill those, and then we don't have to worry about cutting those out. Then I went through and I found a small enough drill bit to put in the holes for all the internal cuts. We're going to cut all the internal lettering out first, and then come back and then cut out the internal parts and then go around the outside edge. The big thing is you want to think about stability when you're cutting things out. If there's something that's barely holding on, you don't want to have to cut that out first, then cut out something in the center. So let's say this L here, we want to cut the center out before we cut the outside out. If we cut the outside out first, when we come to inside, we're going to be putting pressure on the wood. It's going to be chattering up and down, and it's going to be putting a lot of pressure on this point here. Start on the inside and work your way out whenever you can. I do have a small piece of wood underneath to prevent blowout on the bottom. There we go, and then we'll grab the bigger drill bits. Put in the 2 holes that are going to be used for the hanger. We're at the saw. I'm going to cut the back piece out first. We're using a number 5 Nikwa blade, also known as Flying Dutchman in the United States. So this is a number 5 Ultra Reverse. And there we go, there's the back. Now the nice part about using the shelf lining paper is it all comes off in one sheet. So, there we go, the back is cut. This piece is nice. It's something you can cut in a sitting. It's not overly complicated. It's a nice sign. All right, all the internal cuts are done. All right, let's see how we did. Make sure all the holes are drilled. Everything's cut out before we take the pattern off. There we go. So we got the backboard here. All right. So I am going to sand the back just to get the fuzzies off, and then we'll pick out some paints and we'll paint it up with some acrylic. All right, so we're going to start painting these. We're going to be using some acrylic paint. I finished these up by gluing them together, and then I took some sandpaper to the edges to give them more of a distressed look. Then I put a couple of coats of glaze on them and tied a hanger to them. That's it. I really enjoyed this project, and I'm sure you would too. You made it to the end of the video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. If you like the video, please consider to like and subscribe. I also live stream on YouTube a couple times a week, so make sure to click the bell to be notified when I go on. Other than that, thank you so much, and we'll see you again next week. Scott is out.